Hey guys, Mr. T here with first edition of Mind Weekly. So, part of our Wellness Weekly not only includes fitness and nutrition, but also talking about mental health. Obviously, a lot of people's mental health is kind of going downhill given that our lives have been kind of flipped upside down with this whole coronavirus thing and being stuck inside away from friends and things like that. So, I wanted to post a short video each week. Giving some strategies to kind of help with the situation that we're in. So, out of talking with a lot of classes and my advisees last week, a consistent theme started to come up with a lot of people were struggling without a set schedule. Most people in the world, kids, adults, are schedule oriented people. We're used to waking up, going to school or work, have extracurricular activities after that, and we have a pretty scheduled day most of the week, Monday through Friday. And now that we, have started to give work that is, counting towards grades and things like that, a lot of students are struggling with getting that stuff done on time, not procrastinating as much, which tends to be a problem with high schoolers, even if we're in school. So I can only imagine not being on a set schedule, how much that's impacting your ability to be productive. So, quick suggestion. What I've told to some of my advisees and some other students as well is try to run through your day Monday through Friday as if it was a normal school day. So, wake up, have your breakfast, do whatever you do for your morning routine, and then whenever each block starts for the day, devote 1 hour of time to that class. Now, some of you might have, Zoom meetings or other things like that scheduled during those class times. That's okay. So if you have a meeting, log on, go to the meeting, take the notes, do the worksheets, whatever you need to do, for your virtual class at the time. Um, but let's say, it's Monday and 11 o'clock rolls around, which is the start of C block, and you don't have a Zoom meeting set up. So you're like, oh, well, I don't have to do anything. Well, devote 60 minutes, which, if we were in school, it would be an 80-minute class. So devote 1 hour to that class. If you have some work that you need to get done, some independent work, do it at that time. If you do have a meeting, log into that meeting. If you don't have any work or you don't have that meeting, okay, well, now you have some free time on your hands. So, if it's a beautiful day and you want to go outside, go for a walk. If you want to FaceTime some friends to get some social connection, or maybe you have some work for another class and you're feeling productive, so you're like, okay, you know what? I'll get some work done then. If you're really struggling and you have nothing to do and it's kind of open and you're a little bored, every single week I am posting a video called Fitness Weekly, so log on, take that video for a ride and see what you do for the workout. So that way, each time you get to the start of a block, you're gonna have that time specifically devoted for that class for any work or any meetings that you have to get done. And if you end up during that time not having any work you get done or work you need to do for that specific class, then the time is up to you, which will give you a lot more freedom than you normally have. But that at least does give you the time scheduled out, so you are devoting specific times during specific days to specific classes. And what that's really going to help you do is schedule yourself out so you can make sure you're getting your work done, getting it in on time, and hopefully give you some sense of mental sanity and being able to kind of be on somewhat of a regular schedule at this very, unscheduled time in our lives. So you don't have to follow this. If you have another schedule that's working for you, that's awesome. If you wouldn't mind, either post that in the description below or post it to the Google Classroom so other people can hear some other options. Again, like everything that I'm saying doesn't have to be what you do, it's just a suggestion. And me as an adult, you guys know me, I'm a very schedule oriented person. The first 2 weeks that we were out for the coronavirus, I struggled a lot. My mental health was going down a little bit. I wasn't working out as much. I wasn't eating as healthfully because my schedule was all out of whack and I didn't really know what to do with not being in school and not having that schedule to my day and not being able to go out and see people and do things. So it was a really challenging time. And I found that my stress and anxiety and my productivity all shifted as soon as I adopted a more normalized schedule. So that is my absolute suggestion for this edition of Mind Weekly, is to help with that stress, help with that anxiety, and kind of re-regulate your life a little bit, is get yourself on a schedule that works for you Monday through Friday and try your best to stick to it. I can't stress enough how much that's going to help with the mental game through all of this uncertainty. So again, if you guys have other suggestions, please post them below or post them to the classroom so our community can kind of see what different options are out there, and they can adopt a schedule that works best for them. That's all for this edition of Mind Weekly. Tune in next week for another helpful tip.